Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes More or Less Ship Review, right behind me, the Drake Vulture. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, welcome back to another review, and thank you to Cypher1 and WinRAR42 for the assistance today, flying the ship, as well as doing a little bit of salvaging out there. What a ton of fun. The Drake Vulture, sitting at $175 on the pledge store, or if you were to buy it in game, it is $2,646,000 aUEC. Definitely not a terrible price for a salvage ship of this type, allowing you to go out there and do a ton of salvage. Really nice. Gotta appreciate that. Makes you a lot of money when you need it, right? So let's talk about all of its ship stats, and I'm going to break it down just a little bit more in today's video and in future videos so you can kind of get a better idea of what you're looking at. With that, this ship does have 3 size 1 shield generators, which are industrial grade C, as well as 2 size 1 power plants, which are industrial grade C, as well as 2 size 1 coolers that are industrial grade C, and then of course your size 1 quantum drive, also industrial grade C, which is the Goliath drive. Now let's talk about the ship here. This ship has a 9-minute claim time, or a 3-minute expedited claim time, which is definitely not terrible. If for some reason you lose your salvage ship, you can get out there pretty quickly, which is really nice. I always like a quick claim time. Now, this ship does have some guns on it, not a combat ship, so I will not be adding firepower or any sort of combat rating to this ship at the end of my review, but it does have a 438 burst damage per second due to the 2 size 1 CF117 Bulldogs. Now, this ship is all about salvage, so let's talk about how it does that. This ship does have 2 salvage arms with 2 baler heads on it that have 2 size 1 cinch scrapers and 1 size 1 abrade scraper, as well as a tractor beam on it. So pretty good. You got 3 scrapers and 1 tractor beam, and then I will say, if you see on screen the graph right now, the best scraper to go with is the abrade, as it does have a much wider beam, but it also has a better efficiency, allowing you to scrape material off a ship at a pretty good rate, allowing you to make money a little bit quicker. So that's the one I would go with there. Now, talking about the ship's defensive capabilities, it does have the 3 size 1 Bulwark industrial grade C shield generators, outputting 6,300 bubble shield. It's an all right amount of shield, and you can definitely get that a little higher if you were to put some better shield generators on there. And then you do have 35,700 ship HP. So it's a bit low, especially if you compare it to something like the Fortune. And honestly, honestly, I do like to compare the ship to the Fortune because there are a lot of Drake fans out there that love this ship, but the Fortune is also a decent ship for salvaging. But right now, let's keep talking about the beautiful Vulture in front of you, which does have an updated speed of 200 SCM with a 350 forward boost, a 240 backwards boost, and a 1100 nav speed. Now, this ship does have a 55, 55, 125 pitch yaw roll and a 66, 66, 150 pitch yaw roll if boosted, which is a pretty good pitch yaw roll if you're asking me. Now, you do have a total of 48 flares and 5 noise, which is your typical amount on any ship right now, so nothing to really talk about there. And then you have 36 SCU of hydrogen fuel and 1.1 SCU of quantum fuel. And if you know me in my reviews, I have a big gripe with the fact that any ship that has an interior only has 1.1 SCU of quantum fuel while you're sitting at 36 SCU of hydrogen fuel. I feel like that gas tank should be taken out and replaced where you get a little bit more on the quantum side, because it would only make sense while having a complete living interior on the inside. So let's talk about that interior and we'll take a look. First, we're going to start off at the exterior of this ship here, where you do have actually 2 entrances to get on board. One right here where this ladder is, you go ahead and go up to it, press F, you'll go right on up and then to the side door there where you can open the canopy and enter or just get right into the pilot seat. The second one is located at the back access ramp. If you go back here, you can go ahead and just make your way right onto the ship, and this is where you're going to hold your cargo, which can carry up to 12 SCU of cargo on the grid. But don't let that stop you, as plenty of people will probably be posting their cargo counts on the comment section, talking about just how much SCU you can fit in this thing, and I love it. Please do let me know what is the max amount of SCU you've been able to put in your Vulture. Now, when you are here, this is where you will be printing your boxes right here. You'll go up to this panel, you'll go ahead and select what you want to print, whether it's a tool that you can go ahead and, pick up some things. You can print out the multi-tool with the tractor beam attachment or a Cambio light SRT attachment if you want to do some ship repairs. That's also nice. And then you can hit depot and go ahead and select how you want to eject stuff. Right now, I don't have enough material, but if you see on screen, you can see we were at a salvage site and you just print those boxes up to 12 SCU in the buffer and another 12 SCU on the grid, which is, well, actually it's 13 SCU on the buffer and 12 on the grid, which is really nice because as you're printing them, I mean, technically you could have someone back here printing that 12 while keeping another 13 on the internal, and you can just carry a phenomenal amount of SCU while you're out there doing your salvage operation. And then if you bring a cargo ship in, even more that you can bring home. Now in this cargo bay, there's not much else other than a lighting system here. You got your fuel tank and you got more, your shield generators A and B right here. And then on the other wall, you have a little bit more components here as well as here, which I don't think any of these are accessible. Doesn't look like it. And then if you make your way through the door, you go right on up this nice little ladder here and you'll be brought to your living interior, which is really nice. Drake ships with a living interior with actually a full living interior is really nice. I really do love that. First thing you see is your area that you can store clothes or, your outfit, your uniform, whatever you need, as well as 2 weapons and 3 handguns. Really nice. Quantum drive here and life support system. Go ahead and close that on up. And then if you make your way, you have a bed, you have a fire extinguisher, you have a lovely amount of stuff. And then if you go to the bottom, of course, storage. Make sure you don't forget about your storage. Right underneath your bed, you can go ahead and store anything that you need there. Now, if you turn around, you do have battery access, gravity generator access, a nice little kitchen area, a ton of component access, as well as of course, restroom or bathroom. And I'm not going to go in there, but it does look pretty nice. Well, honestly, hold on. You got to be a pretty short fella here, honestly. You're going to bump your head against this a lot, and that's not going to be fun. But then you do have your toilet, which it says sit, but I'm not going to, and that looks highly uncomfortable. So we'll go ahead and close this door and make our way to the pilot seat here. Right here, you got some more component access, computers and all. Looks really nice, as well as your scanner and your radar. Now, what a good looking amount of space in this craft. It's definitely well used. It's a fantastic little machine for going out there and salvaging other ships. And then you got your cockpit seat, which you go ahead and sit down in, and you have some MFDs here. Now, let's talk about this ship really quick. You can salvage, you can fracture, you can disintegrate, you can do the job of a salvage machine. You have 2 MFDs right up front and 2 MFDs down below, as well as a radar system and your master control panel right there, giving you any alerts that you might need to know about. This ship can definitely do quite a bit, which is phenomenal. So, I mean, it just Depends on what you're looking for, but if you're looking to salvage and make some money, this is a good ship to do it. If you're looking to mine and make some money, the Prospector's a good ship to do it, or the Golem. The Fortune's also good at salvage too, and we'll go over that ship again here sometime in the future. But for now, let me give you my score. Now, before I give you my score, I want to kind of show you how to use this ship. So first, let's get out of salvage mode, and then I'm going to go ahead and get right back into it. To do so, you just go ahead and press M on the keyboard, or you can hit middle mouse button a few times and it'll get you there as well. But I'm going to go ahead and hit M. Once you're in this mode, you'll see on the top left of the screen, as well as the top right of the screen, exactly which module you have selected. The Cinch Scraper module is how you're going to go ahead and scrape the metal off the exterior of a ship, allowing you to fill your filler station there on the bottom right, which you can see I have 0.7 out of 13 SCU on the ship. So once I fill that line up, I have to go back there and print that box so I can go ahead and fill more. But let's talk about how to do that. Once you have this mode activated, which you can see I have no target available. On each side, you see a circle there that has 0%. When I am focusing on a target, that'll tell me how much exactly is available to scrape off of that ship. So I would look at it, it would tell me, I would scrape it, and then it would fill up that filler station. Now to do that, you just hit left mouse button, and that'll start both scrapers at the same time. Now, if I would go ahead and turn that off, if I hit right click, it's gonna bring me over to two different modules, the Ready Grip Tractor module and the Abrady Scraper module. So now you're gonna ask, well, I'm gonna hit left click and it's gonna activate both of them, right? Typically, if you're looking at a target, it would. So you gotta be very careful about doing that, because if you track through the ship, you could end up moving it around too much, or you can make it kind of annoying to try to scrape that. So let's talk about how to go ahead and activate each side independently. First, to go ahead and fire the left side, you would just hit right Alt A, and that would fire the left side. Obviously right now we have nothing to go ahead and tractor, so I'm gonna hit that again. You'll see it spins for a second. That tells me how to shut it off. Now to fire only the right side, I hit right Alt D. So I go ahead and do that. As you can see, I'm only firing the right side. So now I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. Now to go ahead and fracture a ship, let's say you're done scraping it, you're good to go, you've printed all those boxes, now you have 13 SCU of free filler station ready to go. Go ahead and hit right Alt W, that'll turn on fracture mode. So now you just look at a ship, left click, and you are going to fracture that ship into multiple pieces. Now, when it's broken down into multiple pieces, you'd hit right Alt S, and you would go ahead and disintegrate those pieces, bring in the material through the grinder, allowing you to fill that filler station completely up, 13 SCU, and you're good to go. 12 on the grid, 13 in the back, you're good to go. Get on out of here. To go ahead and turn this off, of course, hit right Alt S again, and then hit M to exit the mode, and you are all set. Now with that, this ship for me, the Drake Vulture, does get an 88 out of 100. It is a fantastic ship, and I did give you a small breakdown on the scrapers, which I would honestly have to tell you, if this ship was my ship, I would be putting a ton, and I mean a ton, of Abrady Scraper modules on it. So get rid of the cinch, put the Abrades on there, you're good to go. Now, when it comes to weapons, it's not a PvP ship. You're not going to be PvPing with this ship. You're not even going to get close to PvPing with this ship. But if you do have to use those guns, here's a breakdown of your guns. The CF-117s are probably your best option just because of how good the weapons bullet speed is, energy weapon speed is, allowing you to hit your targets a lot quicker, which means the pip is not going to be as hard to control. Or you can move down the line NDBs, or you can go ahead and go into nutrition, which, as you see on screen, it kind of shows you where the drop-offs are for these weapons. Now, otherwise, again, my score is an 88 out of 100. Let me know, what do you think of the Drake Vulture in today's version of the game? And yes, I know we have a lot of elevator issues, but let's go ahead and talk about the Vulture today and what you think of that ship, because it is a fantastic ship, and I think anybody out there looking to make some money should go out there and fly it. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and of course, I can't wait to see you all in the next one.